I'm Don Smithmeyer. I'm the CEO and founder of The Big No. And if I get a slide up here, I'm anxious to tell you about what we do. Yeah?
I'm sure you memorized it.
I can describe each slide in great detail to you. Great. So here's the problem that we're working on. If you're a business unit leader today or a brand marketer, you're finding it harder and harder to get the attention of your consumer. We live in a society now where a third of us have ad blocking technologies installed. That is 2/3 of millennials. A quarter of U.S. households now no longer pay for television with commercials. So meanwhile, marketers are still struggling mightily to reach these consumers and create a relationship. To make matters worse, our attention span just continues to decline, now on par with the average goldfish. This means that I lost all of you about the time I said good afternoon. And if you're a marketer and you're spending up to 1/3 of your advertising dollars now on content trying to reach these consumers, this is a big problem. We're talking $45 billion being spent by brands on content marketing that's falling on a very short attention span. Meanwhile, all of us at this conference know that there's a category where consumers are spending more and more time, and that's in the world of online learning. These stats are pretty well known, but I'm going to hit just a couple of them. 7 in 10 of us consider ourselves lifelong learners. 58 million people last year took an online course outside of a degree program. That's a number that's 3 times the population of every college in America combined. And in total, consumers are spending $91 billion of their own money on this lifelong learning. So what's interesting is you've got brands who are spending tons of money on content and consumers who are moving to online learning. And yet when we looked at this space, the clear conclusion was that on one side you've got this new learning economy being driven by academics and institutions. On the other side, you've got the crowd on platforms like Skillshare and Udemy. And our simple question and conclusion is, where in the world are the brands? Why are the best companies in the world not stepping into this space and teaching consumers what they know as a superior form of content marketing? That's why we created The Big No. We exist for the reason to put the world's best companies and brands into the role of teacher. We're doing this to help them build brand awareness and engagement. We're doing this to help them build consumer loyalty and retention. And we're even doing this to help them build their brand as employers and drive higher employee engagement. And we're doing it for them in 2 ways. First, we've created a first-of-its-kind platform designed specifically to help brands teach consumers. So this is not a traditional learning management system. We think of this as a consumer engagement platform that delivers learning on behalf of the brands, but provides the brands the tools that they need to manage the relationships with these consumers. Secondly, we have a content studio that's a little unique where we marry experts in instructional design and adult learning with big brand marketers. So really fantastic, beautiful content that also really teaches people what they want to know, and all delivered on a platform unique to these brands. We're a young company, but I'm excited to say just here in our 2nd year, we're already working with a number of category leaders. Companies like United Health Group, Fortune 6 insurance company, is using our platform, literally reaching out to millions of their members, trying to get them engaged in their own health, make them healthier. AARP, the largest association in the United States, is using our platform to reach an entire generation and get them to think differently about their third act. We're working with organizations like the Pro Football Hall of Fame, Procter & Gamble, and others. So really encouraging so far. I have a video that I'm going to skip, but I would welcome you to visit our site to get a sense of our content. The point is that the content that we're helping these brands create is much more like Netflix and less like Netscape. This is not online learning 1.0. It's on par with what you would expect from these great organizations, but it's also instructionally sound so that consumers are learning what they want to learn. I'm just going to skip this right here. We provide brands with a suite of opportunities. We develop entire online courses. You can think of those like MOOCs. We have learning shorts that are more short form, embeddable objects on easier topics. And then we also have an option to deliver learning via text message or email so that brands have that opportunity to reach their consumers. And what we're seeing is both better outcomes for the consumers and companies. For consumers, this is not interruption advertising or bland blog content. This is really engaging learning delivered by top experts and made possible by these brands. Consumers have the opportunity to earn awards or accomplishments from these brands, which is a great brand engagement strategy. The brands have the opportunity to point these consumers to the next best action as they're building this relationship. And all of it sits atop a really rich analytics studio so that the business leaders, the brand marketers, understand what the consumers are doing, what they're liking and not liking, and where they go next. And our results so far have been really fantastic. On average, on our platform, we're getting consumers engaged for 56 minutes at a time. 56 minutes in a world of an 8-second attention span is a big deal to a business. And if you're familiar with any content marketing at all, you'll know that this is an order of magnitude higher than what brands typically see with their other engagement strategies. And we think it's because consumers are learning what they really want to learn, and they're learning it in a way that's well done and much more familiar to their other forms of entertainment like Netflix. So as far as our company goes, we raised a $3 million Series A at the end of 2015. We're focused on scaling our product and sales efforts now. We're contemplating a Series B sometime in 2018, but no active discussions underway yet. 2016 was our first full year of operation. We did about $1.8 million in revenue. We're on track to double that this year. And we're paid in two ways. The brands pay us a content for services fee for our content studio. This is work that we do at a 50 to 60% margin. But the main leverage in our platform comes from our monthly licensing fee of our platform. And this is something that we anticipate will be driving about $7 to $8 million of annual recurring revenue in 2019. So I'm here for the rest of the afternoon. Would welcome an opportunity to get to know you, and thanks for your time.